Destiny, I just messaged you back too. Perfect timing. How are you guys doing this evening?
So far, so good.
Good, 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 good. It is Tuesday. I don't know why today feels like a Friday to me. This week has been crazy busy, but it feels real. I'm getting real like Friday vibes.
The Friday vibe on Tuesday. I'm getting more like a Monday.
Really? You know what? I could kind of see that too. Yeah, I can kind of see that too.
Yeah.
Hey, Shakira. Hey, Simone. I had messaged you earlier too today, Shakira. I wanted to check in on you, see how things were going. So I'm so glad you made it tonight.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I have
I am
Dale
well.
here with me also. My
Nice.
boyfriend, he's part of the CEO. I think he joined the community, so we're both
Nice.
watching because
Welcome.
we're gonna do this together.
Awesome. I love it. I love when people do this together because this business kind of hard. So it's good to have somebody to like work with and bounce their ideas with. I know Destiny has an amazing partner that she's working with her business as well. So I think that's super dope. I love it.
I know, I'm so like, I've been in business for 5 years and I'm listening to you with everything, but I've been doing it on my own. And now, I've been listening to the videos once in, the CEO Academy, and I've been watching the videos. And then when I get to the part about just like launching the different things and thumbtack and this, I'm like,
I love it. But that's good you have a help. And then like you never know like what else you guys can branch off to. Cause I know like when my husband and I was doing it, he started the junk removal side. So he started a junk removal company and a moving company. Same strategies, didn't own a truck or moved a junk piece by himself. But it was really cool because like we could leverage each other's audience.
right.
If I had to do a move out clean, I'm advertising junk removal, I'm advertising his company and vice versa. So
Right.
that's super dope.
I've
Got the whole empire.
I've definitely thought about like a moving company.
Mhm.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, because
Oh yeah.
I am ADD to the max. So I am not like that organized and whatever. So that would be something that I would hire and be like,
Yeah.
no.
No,
I
definitely.
don't even like folding laundry.
Oh my God, it's so funny because like it's so funny because when you mentioned that, the first thing came to my mind is like every morning when I go downstairs, and I'm like making my son's breakfast, I get caught up in trying to organize my pantry, and I'm like, yeah, but don't start. If you start, it's gonna be 5 hours later. You done took everything out and try to put it like, don't start. Because no, I can definitely relate.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I do it all the time. I like maybe do like a shelf here, but like, because it just irked my nerves. My kids, they just take stuff and they just put it back. I'm like,
Right.
pasta goes here.
Right.
Here.
I know, like Darnell is very organized because he was in the military, so he's
Oh,
very fastidious. Like,
that's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So that's it. But for me, like actually, I was telling this evening we were doing laundry, and I said, in our laundry room we should have I saw a quote one day. It says I don't always have time to fold laundry, but when I do, I don't.
Right. Right. Yeah. Love that. That's definitely my statement. And then if I fold a piece of laundry, this laundry better get put up right away. Because it could possibly sit there for some more days.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
Awesome.
how many people are we expecting on this call?
So it's really like a free for all. Any and all is able to come in. I can always tell when people are at their new stages. A lot of people will join the Tuesday trainings when they're in the new stages. They're trying to launch. They have all the questions, and then people will come in when like they're in the beginning of the launch period because they'll have a new phase of questions. So it's free for all. Anybody is able to join within the membership. We hold these every Tuesday. Our live trainings are recorded and they're put up in the platform. So those that are not able to attend live, they can catch the replay.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely. Awesome. Awesome. So let's get started, everybody. Who has questions first? Who can I help answer some questions first?
Hey, Jasmine. Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Whoever came first, I think you say something first.
Okay. Hi, Jasmine. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. So I did just message you, but I might as well just ask the question
Okay.
now. So it's about the pricing.
Yes.
So for my standard clean, I made it 130. My deep clean 85, and my move in, move out is 100. So that'd be in addition to the standard cleaning, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, wait, girl, your numbers are going
You're
down.
going down.
I was like, wait,
No.
that's not mathing. Okay. So those are your add-on. So you said 85 was your add-on for which one?
For the deep clean, move in, move out is 100.
Okay. And your standard is what? Your standard is a flat rate base price starting at 130.
Yeah.
So, and I know that we spoke last week. So is this what
This
give
will
me an
just be
example
for
of what your 3.2, what a 3.2 like 2,000 square feet move out would look like? What's that price point?
You said 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know. I just kind of copied your what's the name? With like the square feet, how much you charge per square feet, per square foot. So it'd be 10 cents per
Okay.
square foot.
Okay. And so what's the total cost? Well, what is the total like with everything?
Okay, so you said 2,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. For a deep clean.
Yeah.
And let's say like 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, a 3.2, 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay. It'd be 470.
Okay. And how compatible or how comparable is that to your market? The company that you're looking at, does that sound like that's around the same price point?
I'm thinking, let's see. Yeah, like it's a lot that's like 350, like around like 350. No more than 350.
Okay. And you said yours was did you say 470?
Yes.
470, 350.
But
So
see, they didn't charge per square feet either.
they don't have anywhere where the square footage is listed.
They have it listed, but they didn't charge an additional fee for that.
Did we find a company did we find a company that offered instant booking? Did we look for those?
No.
Okay. Let me look. Let me look. And then let me look while we're talking. And then let me move on to your other question. Because you were asking about the domain, right? With your email domain.
Yeah. To connect it to my to connect the email to my actual website.
Now, do you have Namecheap, or did you go with another company?
Namecheap.
Now, the best thing, one of the good things about Namecheap, that the reason why I specifically love Namecheap is because they have like a live chat customer service that's really hands-on. So if I'm trying to connect my email address to my domain and I have like the verification, what email provider? Did you use Google Works or another company?
Microsoft.
Okay, so I'm not 100% familiar with Microsoft, but normally they have like that little code that you need to connect and add it to your domain. So if you can get the code from Microsoft, then log into Namecheap, go to like there's a little bubble thing on the right bottom side, and talk to their chat and have them connect the code for you. They'll try to give you instructions to do it yourself. Just be like, no, can you do it for me? I'm having a hard time. And they'll do it for you. That's what I do because I don't know how to connect them either. But if you just give them the code, they'll connect it.
Okay.
And did you say that there was another error with your domain? Your
Yeah,
email?
I had did the domain wrong. I forgot an L. So it'd be Ravens Royal Living, so LL, but I forgot one of the L's. That's why I said it wasn't that bad because it doesn't really look like a mistake, but it's a mistake.
Yeah. Only reason why I would recommend changing it is for SEO purposes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
should I don't mm, that would go through I would still have to go through Namecheap for that to change it.
Yeah. So it's basically trust, I've done this several times before as well. I'm moving too fast and I misspell the domain and I buy it and I notice that it's not the right one. So I would recommend two things. Since you're starting over with your domain, purchase the other domain, right? And when you do that, I would also recommend getting your email address through Google Works. It's a much easier setup and it's a much easier usage of it.
Okay. Well, I had to pay for that.
Do you have to pay for email through Microsoft?
I think my email was free through because I use Namecheap, so yeah, it was free.
Is it free
For a
forever
year.
or free limited?
It's free for a year.
Okay. Okay. But did they put it in how much was your domain? If you don't mind me
I
asking.
think like $10.
Okay. Because sometimes they'll try to be slick and put it within the theme. So I mean, it's up to you. I love free as well. I don't really know. I'm not familiar with Microsoft, so that's the only thing. But if it's free for the first year and that cuts back the cost, then that's awesome. I do believe Google Works is like $12 a month.
Mm, mm.
$12 a month, yeah. And then I'm gonna do some research on the cleaning company. I'm gonna come back to your first question about pricing. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Can I ask a quick question about, you guys just mentioned Namecheap. I've always used GoDaddy. Do you find that to be not good or?
You know, I think it's a matter of preference. Like I literally just have the preference for Namecheap because of their customer service. I'm constantly buying domains and I constantly don't know how to connect them. So Namecheap will do that for me.
Okay.
There's not a lot of places that will, and they have 24-hour customer service. So I can be working at 3:00 in the morning, midnight, 9 a.m. Somebody's gonna be there to help me to do that for me. So that's the reason why I personally like Namecheap.
Okay, because I do have a domain right now, but I'm planning on changing my business because the structure of my business is going to be different. Right now, I've just been doing it on my own, and now I'm going to go the approach that you're trying to teach us, that we don't have to actually be in the trenches. So
Right.
I'm trying to get another name that doesn't sound so residential. It kind of encompasses residential and commercial,
And commercial, yeah.
and it
No.
would be for the SEO.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. No, and like I say, if you're used to GoDaddy and you're used to their process, then nothing is wrong with GoDaddy. GoDaddy's been around for decades. So no, nothing is wrong with GoDaddy whatsoever.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Of course. Okay. Any other questions?
Do you have a lesson plan that you're gonna go over? If not, then I wanted to ask a question about, I was searching the other night on GoDaddy. I guess I did buy a domain name, and then I went into, because I live in Florida, I went into Sunbiz to see if the name was available and whatever. And then I have somebody from the next day, I think a place called Inc. or something, called me and said, if you have your LLC, do you have the 3 legal documents that you need and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know what the heck he was talking about.
Mhm.
Like I have an LLC, I have an EIN number. I don't know if those are what he's talking about, but I couldn't talk to him because I was busy working.
Right. You know, I think it's tricky because sometimes they be trying to play tricks on you. Now, of course, I personally don't know every like requirements in different states. but like, I think sometimes they be trying to play tricks on you. Like I had a friend here in Texas, in Dallas, she filed for her LLC and she got a letter in the mail with like a bill that was saying, complete your LLC process and get your certification and get like a public certification certificate for like $395. And she called me and was freaking out like, Jazz, I did something wrong. They're making me pay this $350 to get this certification. I don't know what this is. And I didn't know what it is either. I'm like, girl, I have no idea. So I asked her to send me a picture and I'm reading it. And like in fine print on the verbiage, it was like, get your, select here to get your optional. So like, it wasn't a mandatory thing. It was literally optional. Like you didn't need a printed out certificate. Like there's nothing needed for that. So it says optional. But so, sometimes they're trying to play tricks on you to try to
make it seem like it's mandatory.
And it's not always.
And because we're also green, then we buy into it.
And then also, if you're not having W-2 employees, then you don't need like those posters on your wall that that has all of that requirement, right?
Workman's comp and blah,
yeah.
blah.
Okay. So there's a lot of things that they'll just send you out of like, this is what we send every business. But if it doesn't pertain to you, then you can totally ignore it. Of course, read the fine print, always call and get clarification. But sometimes I don't think it's always needed.
Okay.
Yeah. And then to answer your first question, Tuesdays are not really like me training or teaching on a specific thing unless it is, and I'll announce it. So like we had one that was like specifically talking about 1099 versus employee, right? Or last Tuesday we had Kendall in here teaching on post-construction. So unless it's a specifically like a day like that, most times Tuesday is literally just meant for this live Q&A for anybody to be able to ask their questions live and get like a response, for me to do like a share screen and things like that.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll let somebody else ask a question. I have more questions, but I'll give somebody else a chance.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Stacey, I see you were going to ask a question.
I wasn't going to ask a question. I'm going to share something that's
okay,
embarrassing, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and share it.
Yes.
It's not embarrassing. As I said, I think it's going to be a lesson for everybody else. So I had a booking on Sunday morning. And then, so the person called me about 10 in the morning, and then they said, hey, can you have somebody come right now? And then, so I give them the code and everything. And then I send them the booking link. Then they so of course I explain to people, I let them know, hey, like I'll need your card details there, but then it doesn't get charged till after the booking.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he kept reaching out to me and he's like, hey, I thought you said they're not going to charge the card till after the cleaning. Well, first he was like, are you going to take a check? I'm like, no. He's like, are you, I was like, yeah, but you can just put your card details. It doesn't get charged until after later. He's like, well, it keeps trying to take money out of my card. So I was like, you know what? I have to think about this for a second. I'll get back at you. So I got off the phone. It was Sunday morning, so I couldn't really call anybody because everybody's kind of getting ready for church. Most times I like to contact people about situations like this. So I was like, you know what? I'll just make a decision by myself. I took a second, and then this person sends me their card like front and back.
Okay.
So at that time, one thing about me, I just like you said, when we were talking to people, kind of talk to them, communicate with them. So I had a communication with him. He was like, oh, I just moved here from Chicago. I'm a massage therapist, blah, 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 all this stuff. Send me all that stuff. And I looked him up on Google. He came up. So I was like, okay. So I called him back, and then I use open phone. So I put on my record. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I don't do this, but I would go ahead and put it as a cash payment. I know that, I said we're going to take the funds out tomorrow. So tomorrow, if, we can put your card details and then I'll charge it. He's like, yeah, sure, blah, 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 blah. Make a long story short, my cleaner went about 11:30. This is like about an hour and a half later. She did the cleaning, everything looked so good. And so after church, I was at church. So most times when I'm at church, I try to stay away from this. It's kind of actually hard to be at church and try to
Yes.
like, take cleaning jobs on Sundays. It's kind of interrupting with my church, by the way. So, of course, after I got off church, I try to contact the client. I try to text him. I was like, hey, how's your cleaning or whatever. He didn't say anything. But come Monday, I try to charge the card and then it keeps saying like insufficient funds, like reach out to the client. And then I called the client, he blocked me. Okay, so I called him with another phone and then I guess he picked up, not like with my real number. And then he picked up, and then it just stayed like that. So then later when I called the second time my full number, he blocked me. So I went to my, then I called from my business line. Then it was, still blocked. So I got to work about an hour later. I called him from my office phone. Then the female picks up and she's like, oh, he's not here right now, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so basically, I guess I got duped, but I'm not tripping because one, my cleaner knows the place. I called the Dallas police,
Yes.
to make a report, but they said I should do it online. I've not had the time to do it. But basically, and then I guess I have a LinkedIn account. So I was looking up his LinkedIn account today because everything was there. I could see he was a therapist. I could see the company. But then when I was calling the company, it wasn't going through. So I sent his picture. I was really quick about it too. I guess I just kind of figured, because LinkedIn tells people you're on their page. So my LinkedIn is a professional page because I'm an LPCA. So I guess he saw that was me. So the next thing I know, his picture was off, but I'd already taken a screenshot. So I sent it to my cleaner. And then she's like, yeah, that's the guy. I said, boom, that's all I need. Because the name matches. She says that's the guy. I'm going to go ahead and file a police report, but I just kind of wanted to share this, that this is what happened to me. It's not the best, but of course, I'm new to the business. I'm learning. So, yeah.
No, yeah. They're tough lessons to learn. They are tough lessons to learn. Like I always tell my kids, there's some lessons you're only going to learn by losing. And it's tough and it hurts and it's frustrating. But now like you will like never do that again. Like I don't care what story they tell me, because I've done that. I'm such a sucker for like a good story or like having sympathy or like giving grace. Okay. And 90% of the time I get duped. So I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Yeah, but definitely never, ever, ever, if possible, take any cash, any check. If that card is not working and that card is not saved, do not send your cleaner. Because now for right now, until that claim goes through, you'll have to pay your cleaner.
Yes, I sure do. But the cleaning came up to $200, so I just have to pay $100. But of course, it's a lesson learned.
Yeah.
What if it was a 4-bedroom? So, but I just kind of wanted to share that because, as I said,
how did the lead come through? Did it come through on a platform?
On Google. So I'm also going to call Google and report that. I've just been so busy, I've not had the time, but I'm going to call Google and report that. As I said, I called the police department.
Yeah.
They told me how to go online and file the case.
And definitely report it on Google, which now, we can see why Google's rules are so strict now, but yeah, definitely report it to Google and then maybe they'll give you that lead feedback too.
Yes, I'm sure they would. And then also, they record the conversations. I think like they record like the first 2 or 3 conversations.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Local leads does. So I'm sure they have it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look, but I know the first one was there, whereby, I had kind of mentioned something like that. He was like, no, I have a business. That's what he said. He said, I have a business. Sometimes I pay this cleaning through checks and stuff. And I was like, I can't do that. It has to be like card. But yeah, I learned, but I like the idea that, of course, I found him online. Honestly, I was just going to drive to his house. But I was like,
no, be safe. Please don't do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that wasn't that smart. No, I was gonna at least call the police when I get there, but I know Dallas police, they're really busy and they're probably
right.
Up, and I don't have the patience. I know myself. So I'm like, what? Let's avoid all this and just go the legal way.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
No, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. So it's written down somewhere.
Yeah.
Part of the lesson. So
Right.
I just wanted to share that.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. Hey, Shakira, I see your hand raised, love.
Hey Jasmine, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. When I got on, I thought I heard you, like I caught the tail end of what you were saying, and I think you said you messaged me, but I didn't receive anything.
Oh,
So I'm
really?
like, mm-mm.
I messaged you in Circle.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
It could be a possibility where I didn't press send, but I know like I was looking at the spelling of your name because I always have to make sure I spell your name right. So I was like, so I knew I typed it. I probably just didn't press it.
No worries, no worries. Is it something you want to ask me
No,
again? I'm
I
here
was just
or
checking on you. I was just checking on you that I wasn't for sure if you were out on vacay somewhere on somebody's water island or something. But no,
right.
I'm just checking and seeing how things were going, how business was going.
Right. So last week I was gone. All last week, my husband and I, we
Okay.
were in Savannah. So but it turned out to be the worst week of my business thus far. I
Last
had,
week.
yeah, while I was on
Okay.
vacation. So I had like 3 workers that are gone now.
Oh,
So they did, and I had one didn't show up for a cleaning, one was upset because the customer wasn't happy with their cleaning, and then one said that what did she say? She had a tooth infection. I'm like, girl, and this is her very first clean with me. I'm like, girl, come on. Like, anybody got time for this? So, so that it's been fun. I mean, I've been having a good month. I mean, I do think I'm doing pretty good still. I know we talk, so I think I feel like I'm still doing well.
Okay.
So last week it was just slower because I was out of town, so I wasn't as focused on the leads as much.
Right.
But I'm still trying, like this week I'm trying to build that back up, but I've been having a hard time closing the leads for some reason. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I think I lost my touch.
What's the pushback? What is the common response that you're getting?
They're not telling me really. Besides they'll just say, we decided to go with someone else, but they're not telling me exactly why. And I was gonna ask you, is that something like when you were having that happen in the beginning, maybe, or if you had that happen, would you ask them, what made them go with somebody else?
I definitely ask them because that way I can kind of know and have that insight. And it does happen to me. Like, it's like, I wish I would have kept much better records. Because as much money as I made and deals that were closed, like I still didn't close every lead. Like there were still lots and lots and lots and lots of leads that I was not able to close. And was still able to be profitable. So don't get too discouraged, right? Because it's like the overall picture is good. Now, like on that day when you're like, man, 3 leads came in, I didn't close anything, right? But if you look at the whole week and you close 10 leads and 5 didn't close, then it's still an overall good week. How is your Google? Did your Google finally fully get set up?
Yeah, they got my Google set up. I haven't gotten anything from it yet, but then at the same time, I think I need to do some updates to it. Like I have pictures on there. I just got like a business number that I'm gonna use on there. So I'm gonna add that. I've been kind of hesitating a little bit because I'm like, oh, that means I gotta answer the phone. So it's different than thumbtack. I can just go back and forth through text and stuff. But so I need to add that. Oh, I was like, wait, child, I thought that was my baby because I'm looking at my monitor.
Like, oh, where's my baby at?
At my monitor, like, oh gosh, wait a minute, I gotta go. But yeah, so I have to add my phone number. But yeah, they did approve me finally, so I'm gonna put the phone number on there to see if that helps. I have plenty of pictures, so I don't think that should be an issue. I don't really know what else I could do. I don't come up though when I search for myself. I'm not coming up and nowhere near the top pages. I'm like page 8 or something.
You said that you're on page 8?
Yeah, like I'm far, like I gotta click and click and click to find myself. Yeah,
that's expected. People take a long time for you to get. Oh yeah, that's totally expected. It takes a long time for you to get on that top page. Like, I don't want to say it takes years. It takes a lot of SEO, a lot of good reviews, Also with Google, go through your Google, make sure that everything is set up. Do you have at least 10 reviews on Google?
No, so because they just approved it. So like
Right.
now I
They're
need
just not
to,
able to.
yeah, so now, because you can't do it until they approve you.
Okay.
But now like I'm starting to get some coming in. Like I think I have like, well, so do they not publish all of your reviews?
Yep.
Oh,
Have started to get like, everybody's all talking like in concern if they're gonna start getting like Yelp. But they don't approve all, but they still make it available for you to provide that link to receive reviews. So I would
right.
still keep asking for reviews. Ask everybody and anybody to leave reviews for you. Because you do want to have at least 10.
Okay, yeah, and I have some that are not showing, where I have people like even in Circle who said they have done reviews for me, but they're not
Yeah.
showing. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, are they not showing them all? Because even my husband did one and his wasn't showing. And I'm like, nah, I know he did it. I sat here and told him what to put on there.
Right.
So I don't,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So I just thought maybe it'd take a minute. So it's just that they won't show them all.
Yeah, definitely get those reviews on Google. Go back, look at your profile, make sure everything's set up. Do you have your Google My Business page on there too?
Google My Business page. Wait, isn't that what we're talking about?
Yes, but like,
Oh.
did you set up the little website thing too?
I didn't know it was a website thing.
They have like a little makeshift website on Google My Business that they offer. And you can post content on there. So that always helps with SEO. Where they like people posting, where they're posting like tips and tricks, kind of what we talked about that one time, right? Tips and tricks and like, showing before and after pictures, posting other people's reviews, even screenshots of reviews, or, highlighting the cleaner of the week and putting a small little blimp thank you, or, stuff like that, right? But they offer like a little, it's on the training video too, inside the course. They offer like a little makeshift website. It's not the prettiest, it's very basic, but it just helps with SEO, getting you to the top page, and helping with your Google local lead ads and receiving more of those Google local leads.
Okay, yeah, I'll look into that one because I don't think I must have missed that part. I didn't do that. So I'll definitely look into
Yeah.
that.
And you may not like the calls, but when those calls start coming in, you closing them, you're going to prefer the calls over Thumbtack.
Listen, I'm sure you're right because Thumbtack is not free. So yeah.
Neither is Google local leads, but they are a little bit cheaper. And I feel like the value is better. Thumbtack, the best thing about Thumbtack is like you can literally turn it on and be in business. Like, boom.
Right.
For
True.
Google will take a little bit time. And depending on how well Thumbtack treats you, you can keep Thumbtack and Google, or you can just, totally live on Google only. So it really just depends on like what works best for you, your business, and your market.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll definitely look into that. And I am talking junk about Thumbtack, but I do like it. I mean, at this point, if I count up what I've had since I started, I do have like at least one lead a day. Like if you add them all, so it does work. So yeah.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
Very much so. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jasmine.
You're welcome.